Hey, what's going on everybody? CJC presents WandA, Workouts in Anime. Previously, I discussed the worst route Koei Tecmo, or Omega Force, can take for Pirate Warriors 4, but today brings us full circle in part 2, the final part, where I discuss what Koei Tecmo should do after Character Pass 2 completes in July 2024, and we will also make a prediction at the end, so stay tuned for that. But before officially starting this video, I am going to state that this video will contain manga spoilers. If you're not caught up to at least chapter 1090, then I apologize, anime fans, this video might not be for you. If you would like to catch up to the manga, however, by the time this video releases, episode 1074 will have come out, and you can start at chapter 1048 in the manga. Now that viewer discretion is out of the way, we can actually start this video. So picture this, close your eyes. Envision something, just hear my voice right now, like it's a weird ASMR. It's August of 2024. All the characters have been officially released, with hopefully a plethora of added missions that would keep the old players coming back to the game for almost a year after the July 2024 release date. Now this means no new characters, perhaps some cosmetics here and there, and then of course some patches to help online connection, and hopefully new online missions. And of course, I'm going to be discussing the best routes Koei Tecmo could take is to start the process in making Pirate Warriors 5. Quite frankly, it's hard to say what improvements will be made from this date to July of next year. The fanbase of this game has certainly been very outspoken on what they desire from this game going forward. I'm also not too sure of what improvements Koei Tecmo have made in the past based on pleas from the fanbase of any Muso game outside of the One Piece version. What I can say right now is that under the direction of Hideo Suzuki, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, what happens in Pirate Warriors 5 can only go up from here. The biggest problem Pirate Warriors 4 has is the fact that it's just not replayable compared to its predecessor. Under the direction of Tomoyuki Kitamura, who directed the first 3 games in Pirate Warriors. In terms of gameplay, looks, design, characters, etc., by far Pirate Warriors 4 is the best up to this point, and it should be considered that considering where we are at the story at that time. As a fan, I can only hope Hideo hears the community at large and gets to make these improvements as the director. The rest of this video will be discussing when a Pirate Warriors 5 will be released and what story contents they will use in the main campaign for Pirate Warriors 5. Now this isn't necessarily a wishlist video, that's not something I intend on making until probably August of next year. Now let's get started with predicting when this game will actually come out. Looking at previous initial releases for the other games, we can easily suggest this game will have a March release date. Pirate Warriors 1 through 3 had a Japan first release date, so they released in Japan in March 1st. Then a late August, early September release date was for everyone else of that same year. So Pirate Warriors 1 came out March 2012, everyone else got it in August or September of 2012. This changes with Pirate Warriors 4, because when it released March 27th, 2020, everyone got it at once, not Japan getting it first. Pirate Warriors 3 and 4 were both released the last Friday of March. With this, we can safely assume Pirate Warriors 5 will release this last Friday of March, but of what year? This is when we get to manga spoilers, because where we are in the story, we can actually predict the year this game will get released. So if you've been sticking with me up to this point, definitely consider leaving a like and subbing to stay tuned for videos like this and others. As of this video, Chapter 1090 in the manga is the start of the climax of the current arc that is after Wano, the Egghead arc. I believe this arc will be at most another half a year before we start the transition into the next arc, finally being Elbaf. By the time Elbaf starts, we will have major info, if not already released, DLC Pack 5, which according to the data mine is the film Red Pack that features a new Shanks. Now this is perfect marketing for One Piece, as we'll finally get to see the meeting between Luffy and Shanks, with a new Shanks being playable in the game. You can also look at how the Wano arc ended in the manga. Shanks doing his Bluetooth Conquers hockey right before Film Red came out in Japan was perfect promo for that movie. So why not replicate the same level of marketing when it comes to the manga and the video games? With Oda writing at a faster pace, Egghead looks to roughly be 35 chapters since the arc started in 1058. We also have to consider the amount of breaks Oda will take, and then the Christmas break Shonen Jump usually takes. That's about like 2 to 3 weeks. So Elbaf realistically won't start until the spring, leaving Egghead to be about 1.5 years in length. The number of reveals that are expected in Elbaf are to be great, and considering the meeting between Luffy and Shanks, I'd imagine this arc to be 1.5 to 2 years in real-time length. Again, we do have to consider breaks being a part of the equation. Once Elbaf concludes, no one really knows what to expect after that arc. Whatever it is, it will start, have some conflict, and thus leading Pirate Warriors 5 to start developing. Out of all the Pirate Warriors games that we have, only one doesn't have a unique storyline ending, that being the first game. The first game's main campaign covers through the Marineford arc. Pirate Warriors 2 through 4 have a unique ending based on what arc is currently happening in the manga. Pirate Warriors 2 is based around Hunk Hazard. Pirate Warriors 3 released in Japan just 2 to 3 weeks before Gear 4 came out in the manga at chapter 783. Pirate Warriors 4's Wano storyline gets unique after Luffy gets one-shot by Kaido and thrown into jail. This leaves us with an idea on how Pirate Warriors 5's storyline will go as well. I think it's fair to say once Elbaf is close to the end is when the game will be in development. The main campaign will start with Marineford being the tutorial guide for new players, and will adapt all New World arcs, including Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, and Zoe, which were left out of Pirate Warriors 4 stages. Elbaf will be the most recent manga to be depicted accurately, which then will leave the following arc to have a unique story. For Pirate Warriors 4, they had the reveal trailer in July of 2019. At that point, where they stopped adapting from the manga was chapter 923, which happened November of 2018. So from then to July of when they released the reveal trailer, and from that point to March 27th, 2020, is when they released the game. That's a year and 4 months. Now, I'm sure development started prior to November 2018, but no word on when it first started to develop. Considering the short amount of time with the given information, we can also assume there would be a short amount of time between when they stop at a certain point in the manga and when we get a reveal trailer. Wano roughly started at chapter 9-10, and 13 chapters later, we get to the point Koei stops adapting the manga and make their own unique story. Oda is operating at a much faster rate. As such, instead of 13 chapters deep into the arc after Elbaf, it might be no more than 5. However, here's the caveat. If the following arc is the arc to go to Laugh Tale, then Koei Tecmo will adapt all of Elbaf, which makes it the second game out of 5 to not have a unique ending. I believe Elbaf in the manga will finish November of 2025, which will give us my prediction of when Pirate Warriors 5 will release in March 26, 2027. Now, and we'll also get a reveal trailer during the Summerfest Games in 2026, whenever that might be. Now you might say, it's been 7 years since they released Pirate Warriors 4. However, don't even look at it that way. Look at it as when they last released content for Pirate Warriors 4, being July of 2004. Looking at it this way, it'll only be 3 years since they've done anything with this game. Either way, my prediction at the end of the day will be March 26th, 2027 for Pirate Warriors 5, and for a safe bet, I'll also throw in March 31st, 2028. So with that being said, let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure you save this video for when Pirate Warriors 5 comes out.